more power than usual because that's how they train and that's where they are most efficient at.
Block at the net by Nufradila. Another block, this time by Nuwari. Solid defense by Indonesia at the net. Nufradila, a free ball for Vietnam. Duan will set it up and a quick in the middle for Thi Trinh Nguyen.
Rinse and repeat. Vietnam should trademark that for this afternoon. That middle quick is open right up there for the taking each and every time that they run it to perfection.
And Trinh Hoang serving for Vietnam. Attack is rejected by Le. Thi Hong Le.
Close until further notice on that running hit. Good coverage. And just like that, Vietnam finding their groove. Finally, now we see them playing in rhythm because they haven't been in rhythm the first two sets.
What a set there, and a kill by Nuwari makes it a 2-point lead for Indonesia.
A good hit right there.
And you gotta give half of that point to Mutiara. Mutiara, what an excellent set that time. She was close to the net, but she controlled her body and was able to get the ball to that sweet spot of Nuwari for the kill. Duan, what a dig this time by Indiani of Indonesia. Back row. And the cross court is too long for Trinh Hoang as Indonesia builds a 3-point advantage, 8-5 in set number 4. Eight serving 5. Indonesia leading 2-1, and they're up by 3 here in set number 4. That serve is outside from Nuwari. That's been one of their problems. We saw Ratri Wulandri with 3 service errors in set number 3, which really hurt Indonesia.
Exactly, but this is the beauty of the ASEAN Grand Prix. Build up for the SEA Games. Now the coaches will see what are the things that we need to adjust before the real competition starts. This is a build-up. Again, this is for experience, and a lot of things will be determined by this tournament.
Duan sets it up. There's a tip from Vietnam. And Ratri Wulandri. Ratri Wulandri's second attempt. This time down the line, and she scores.
And no denying her the second time around.
Yes.
First one, they were able to slightly pop it up, giving them a free ball. But the second one, no go. She would definitely take care of business.
Service ace for Indonesia as they start to build what was once a modest lead. It's up to 4 now.
And it's still surprising to me how players, when the ball approaches them on a serve, will try to pop it up overhead with an open palm. It's like a set, but I was asking a few friends of mine who are volleyball players. They said it's an easier way of popping it up, but for me as a recreational volleyball player,
looks hard.
It's harder than I can only imagine. I do not try it most of the time, so if it goes over my head, I would just let it go out.
There's a wet spot on the floor. Indonesia wants it wiped down for safety, of course.
And some of the busiest people on volleyball competitions are the guys who wipe the floor.
7 serving 10, set number 4. Mutiara goes back row, and that's in for number 3, Hangestri.
And right there, on the back line, anticipating the off-speed hits because the past few hits, one power shot and one off-speed were the points of Indonesia. So it's a continuous guessing game for both squads. That's why scouting really plays a big part on big competitions. You gotta learn how teams want to distribute their attacks and their habits.
Timeout here by Coach Nguyen of Vietnam. His team down by 5. Let's see the adjustments that are going to be made by Vietnam here. Indonesia has rattled off 3 straight points to build a 5-point lead here, 12-7. And still a must-win set if you're Vietnam because they're down 2-1. Good receive, Dewan. Nice setup for Lu, but a good dig by Indonesia. Free ball again for Vietnam. Dewan, where will she go? Back to Lu. And still another up for Indonesia's libero. And that is a check ball, definitely. Indonesia with another point.
And they're starting to pour it on here in the 4th set. The moment that they got the momentum, the moment that they were able to get a hard hit on that launch pad, and they're not relinquishing this lead.
And credit to Indayani, the libero of Indonesia, number 1. She has been excellent, nothing short of excellent on the defensive end. There's a service ace. That's going to be 5 straight points for Indonesia, and it's a 14-7 lead in set number 4.
And trying to run away with this ball game. Doubling the production here in the 4th set of Vietnam, and they are on deck to serve.
Better reception. Dewan back to Lu. And the defense not ready that time. Substitution for Vietnam as Dewan will come out and Nguyen will check back in to Huai Nguyen, the starting setter. Six-point game. Too close to the net. Easy block against Hangestri by Vietnam. So 2 straight points. A quick, short answer from Vietnam here, Martin.
We're not yet done here. This is far from being over. 14-9 back-to-back points, as we said, for Vietnam. And they have the tools here to make a comeback. They just need to get stops on the defensive side.
Mutiara sends it to Hangestri. There's a net violation on Vietnam as their 2-point run ends. And Indonesia back on the board and back on top by 6. 15-9 set number 4. Ratri Wulandri will serve for the Indonesians. Chance to build on this lead. That's over received and put away by Nuari.
Presence, and more presence for Indonesia. Again, misreception turns into points, and Indonesia taking care of business, being able and keen to get points in a hurry right here after back-to-back points by Vietnam.
Indonesia with their biggest lead here at 7 points, 69. And they look in control here. Martin, after losing set number 3, they have come back and they're showing us they've got a purpose here. And they mean to do it in the 4th set.
Oh, definitely. They came back stronger here in the 4th set. And that purpose is to take care of business and not drop down to 0-2.
That's right. And meantime, Hangestri with the point as she was relatively quiet in the 3rd set, but is now coming alive in the all-important 4th set. And they are up by 8 here, 17-9 Indonesia is. And they're up 2-1, a chance to close it out here for the ladies in blue. Ratri Wulandri with a stronger serve, Wulandri with an ace. And now the lead is 9 for Indonesia.
And she has been looking for that the whole afternoon. A bunch of errors, but that absolves it. Now getting to their highest lead of the ball game at 9 points.
And that's only going to get stronger. The bigger your lead is, the more chances you take from the service area.
And your confidence is at an all-time high.
Underhand set. Oh, that tip. That ball didn't even reach the fingertips of Trin Huang. So the points continue to pour on. And unless there is a miracle here, this 10-point lead will be difficult to overturn if you're Vietnam. They call another timeout. And I sincerely hope we could listen in, but unfortunately we cannot. What do you think Coach Nguyen is telling the girls of Vietnam?
Well, at the end of the day, you just need to pick up your performance, control that first ball. They have been having trouble on the reception. Again, we can't stress it enough. You receive it properly, good things will come. They gave up a lot of aces in the 2nd set, which they lost. And right now, the services of Indonesia, when they are at the service area, is on point in the 4th set. So the moment that you find a way to stop that, then you can fabricate points on your own.
Ratri Wulandri has been serving in spectacular
that's
fashion.
An ace, right?
Yeah.
Because or an unforced error. That point would be credited to her.
Of course. Wulandri again. Look for another strong serve. Jump serve right there. And finally, that run is stopped by point of Linh Tran of Vietnam. But the damage has been done, Martin.
Exactly. But off a timeout, that's what you want to see. Somebody responding and somebody getting a point for Vietnam. This is 9 points. Not yet done. You have an opportunity to claw your way back, and you got to grind it out and toughen it out.
That's a perfect word. Claw back, because there's no ifs and buts about it. It's not going to be easy. Down by 9. But that could be a good start. Yes, that's a start. 2-point run for Vietnam here off a service ace.
And back-to-back points here for Vietnam.
Now it's up to Indonesia. Make that adjustment, because you obviously don't want Vietnam to come alive after they've already put them down by as many as 10.
Exactly. Whoever maximizes the serves that they get, because both teams are having trouble with receptions the whole afternoon. We can't stress it enough. I've been sounding like a broken record right here, stressing it and telling people that, look, both teams are having trouble. The more times that you're serving, the more times that you had an opportunity to fill out that stat sheet with points, you got to do it, and you got to do what you got to do.
Linh Tran with a point. That's 3 straight points for Vietnam. And that is outside from Hangestri. 4 straight points for Vietnam. They're coming alive here. Indonesia, they need to right the ship. And Coach Octavian will finally call a timeout to try and halt that 4-point run of Vietnam. Well, let's see. After that timeout by Coach Octavian, if Indonesia can get it together. They've allowed Vietnam 4 straight points after putting them down by 10.
And as what we Filipinos really love, getting our backs against the wall and fighting for dear life. Yan talaga yung mga paborito natin para FPJ eh.
Liu is blocked. That underdog. We love
Exactly.
we love underdogs. Mutiara sends it to Nuari. Nuari is blocked, but it stays on the side of Vietnam. Blocked by Indonesia, this time on Le. Free ball for Indonesia. Mutiara goes to the middle, and a point there by number 10, Agustin Wulandri, stops the 4-point run of Vietnam.
Much needed point for them, because if they gave up another point, clearly we would be having a ball game. Right now, more breathing room for the Indonesians.
Agustin Wulandri serving. But this time around, you know, Vietnam trading points. It looks good, but if you're down by 6, you know, you need to get some stops as well if you're Vietnam.
And a big investment there when they had a 10-point lead, 19-9. So you really need to toughen it out, grind it out, exert more effort. And most of the time during the end game, that's when you get really tired and lose a lot of gas.
Trin with the shot going outside. That's Linh Tran. Oh, wait a minute. A challenge here. Let's see if the call is going to be overturned. Vietnam thinks there was a touch. The point was given to Indonesia. Officials are reviewing currently. It's hard to tell. I can see the monitor they're looking at, the officials are, but it's too far for me to tell if there was a touch. Here it is. Was there I think there was a touch. No, apparently not. They don't see the touch here. So the challenge is unsuccessful for Vietnam. And Indonesia will keep the point that was awarded earlier. Call is not overturned.
So right now our scoreboard reads 21-14, 7-point lead by Indonesia, and they are at the service area. 21 serving 14.
Serving now, Tisha Amalia. Was a starter in yesterday's Indonesian loss to Thailand, but she's off the bench today. Good dig by Amalia. Linh Tran with the attack. Here comes Nuari with a punch. Another off speed. That's been working for Trin Huang.
Two things that had worked for them: that off-speed hit and that quick hit on the middle. Other things come few and far in between, especially with their momentum shifting from down and up. But right there, getting an off-speed point for Vietnam.
Free ball for Vietnam. That's Linh Tran with a save. And the attack is long for Hong Le. Lead is back to 7 for Indonesia. And Ratri Wulandri will come back into the game. She's in front. More problems if you're Vietnam.
Finishing kick.
Yeah. Nuari serving. Oh, that is just on the line for Arcela Nuari. And now the lead is back to 8.
And the challenge card is out.
All right, so another challenge here for the officials to look at. The point is awarded to Indonesia. The call was on the line. Call was in. Let's see if there's going to be an overturn. Very good replay action the officials are looking at. We'll be able to put it up in just a little bit, but it is very accurate. I mean, the camera shot is very precise here. There it is. Seems like it's just, whew, I don't know, if by a hair maybe if it was out because it looks really, really close. And it's so close, it's in, according to our officials. So another challenge unsuccessful for Vietnam. No more challenges for them here in set number 4.
And let's stay away from hair because it's a very sensitive subject for me and my friend Christian Luanzon, who is watching us via live stream.
I know. Hey, Chris, I'll see you tomorrow.
And of course, Anton Rojas doing his due diligence, enjoying the action with us via live stream.
Oh, hey, Anton, who was here yesterday, he's going to be back tomorrow. Anton Rojas is cover both
I think
games
you'll be doing it with Ate Melo Tunay. And, Ate Melo Tunay will be doing it tomorrow. Also, one of the very best communicators when it comes to the Taraflex when she was still playing for USC and now in her semi-pro league.
That's right. Me and Chris will be covering tomorrow UP-FEU.
Oh, good game.
Yeah, very
good game.
So catch all the action from ABS-CBN Sports. In the meantime, call is out. There was no challenge. It's first referee just spoke to the lines judge, and the point is awarded to Vietnam. Oh, but wait a minute. I think was it the first referee who initiated the review? Yeah, the first referee initiated the review. So Indonesia is actually issuing the challenge. It can go either way. Vietnam can challenge, Indonesia can, even the referees can challenge.
So do the referees also lose 2 challenges when
no, but
when
if they're unsure of the call, they can
go to the review.
Yeah. So Indonesia with a challenge here. That's what we're looking at. I think they're checking if there was a touch on the block at the net. It's taking a while to get to that specific sequence of action for the officials to look at. So they're still working on the tape here. But in the meantime, a reminder to everybody watching on iWant and sports.abs-cbn.com that we still have another game coming up. Philippines versus Thailand. 2 teams that won yesterday, so they're both are 1-0. Philippines winning over Vietnam, Thailand winning over Indonesia. And after today, one of these teams, these 2 teams, Vietnam or Indonesia, one of them will get a win, and one of the 2 teams later will get their first loss. And reminder, Alyssa Valdez not going to be playing, Gia Morado not be playing. They're going to be with their club teams who are right now in Iloilo playing their respective PVL Open Conference matches.
And how about the PVL? Picking it up, and both collegiate and the Open Conference competition really at an all-time high. And all Filipinos are really hands on deck.
Speaking of collegiate conference, both games are going to go to a winner take all. Game number 3 tomorrow, Ateneo UST and Adamson versus CSB. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be live starting at 9 in the morning. 9 in the morning tomorrow. All right, so watch for the action.
And how about the youth coming in the UAP for both Ateneo and UST? Very excited to see how they would mesh with the veterans.
Definitely.
And come back, King, of course. EJ Lauro will be back in the roster for UST.
That's right.
Been doing my due diligence watching the collegiate game.
In the meantime, you're looking at the Vietnam squad here. First official or first referee talking to the team captains of both teams here. So far, the review is still happening. Officials are taking a look at it. Octavian there, head coach of Indonesia, on your screens. And the official word has not come out as to whether or not there's head coach Nguyen of Vietnam.
And the longest review that we had so far today might be my second favorite style of review, the review card. No challenge flag. So unsuccessful challenge here
for Indonesia. They are currently up by 7 and only need 2 points to win the match. A quick kill for Nufradila, and now Indonesia at 8 match points, 24-16.
And one of the smoother first balls that we have seen for Indonesia. And what a time for it to come right inside this final 2 points here, might be. And everybody getting excited and giddy because we're almost filled to the rafters.
But not
awaiting
just
the
yet,
game.
says Nufradila. I'll throw away a point, obviously unintentionally, but everybody excited for Philippines to come out because they're going up against Thailand. Everybody knows Thailand. We're almost filled here inside the Santa Rosa Sports Complex, but an anticlimactic win here for Indonesia. The final point coming off a service error of Vietnam.
And that was the story of this.